very simple play-action pass. Ray Jackson, number 47, to the left side of your screen, should have this coverage. He reads run all the way. He should have that out there. Actually, they had two people open. The defense really blew that.
Alexander, the British kicker, hammers it home. And the Monarchs take the lead 7-3. The Monarchs reign in London. Raleigh Durham in white, leading Frankfurt by 4 points with time running out. Mike Perez on first and goal, hit on the blitz. Samuel deflects it, and Cedric Gordon catches the ricochet. Now pay to Samuel, taken to the locker room after hyperventilating. The kickoff rolls out of the back of the end zone, and it will come out on the 20. Part of the Crown Jewel cheerleading corps here in London. A city that has taken to American football in a big way. Now it is McAllister who will try to do something against the Monarchs' tough defense. And in many ways, it was that defense which turned this around.
You know, and Raleigh Durham is playing with such a patched-up offensive line, Brent. It's really tough for them to be consistent offensively. They do one thing real well, and the next play they get whipped physically because of moving people around and playing backup players.
Birch and Lowry are the running backs. Off a fake to Lowry. McAllister fires complete to the 40-yard line, hitting Clarkston Hines, and the one-time Duke star is across midfield.
There's a great example. If you give McAllister time, he can throw the strike downfield. A beautifully thrown ball that time off play action, one-on-one. He comes in on a square in pattern, settles down inside there, gets it, and wheels back around. Now, Clarkston Hines has the ability to run after the catch.
Corus Irvin was way off him in that defensive backfield. A 31-yard gain. And now they will pound with Birch, busting across the 45 to the 43-yard line, and the Skyhawks offense showing a little life.
Well, what they did that time, they came off the ball like they meant it. They had the weights on their hands, their butts up in the air, and they came off the ball and blocked somebody.
Always, a coach likes it when those butts get up in the air, ain't Dick?
You bet, and the bigger the butt, the better, too. I'll tell you that. Those 300-pound categories are what I like.
Second down now for the Skyhawks, trailing 7-3. And on the run, Lowry with a beautiful cutback for a first down to the Monarchs' 30-yard line, and Kinsale, 51, smacking him down.
Really a good job of the offensive left guard. Jason Kuipers, number 60, pulled, and he kicked out Lockett. You see him right here. Kick him out, and they get up right up inside him right there. Now, good individual running. Break back up inside. He's moving the ball, moving the chains.
First and 10 for the Skyhawks. McAllister, short drop, quick pass, high and caught.
Oop.
That was Marvin Hargrove, formerly of the Philadelphia Eagles, the walk-on who got a job by approaching Buddy Ryan in the parking lot. First reception in the NFL was for a touchdown.
I think Buddy Ryan really wanted the kid to make it, but he just didn't quite have enough. They cut him, they brought him back, he returned punts for him. The only pass he caught for the Eagles during the regular season was a touchdown, but the young draft choices came on strong and they had to let him go.
Skyhawks are at the Monarchs' 26-yard line. Here's the toss to Birch. Opening on the right side, first down, Raleigh Durham.
Tell you right now, Raleigh's got a little momentum now if they can prevent from making the mistake. Whenever you run the eye toss like that, you have to get a block by your tight end. The tight end did a nice job. That's Joe Merton hooking that outside linebacker.
Time running out here in the first quarter. They won't get it off. We'll take a break. Unbeaten London, favored by 18, leads winless Raleigh Durham 7-3. And we'll be right back after a word from our ABC stations.
American football, brought to you by Castrol, engineered for today's smaller cars.
Live from Wembley Stadium with Mark Jones and Dick Vermeil, I'm Brent Musburger. The unbeaten London Monarchs, with a touchdown, lead the driving Raleigh-Durham Skyhawks 7-3. Raleigh-Durham with a first and 10 at the Monarchs' 18-yard line. McAllister throws for the touchdown, incomplete. Hargrove couldn't get the handle on it in the end zone.
Here we go, tight coverage up to the left side of your screen. See a little bump and run. He gets in the move outside and then gets back underneath him right now. If he gets the line drive shot in there, he can complete that one. The safety didn't get over there quick enough to help him.
Irvin Smith had to cover him one-on-one all the way as McAllister, the one-time Spartan star from Michigan State, takes the Skyhawks to the line. Woo. Lowry, big hole, inside the 5 to the 3.
John Shannon, the defensive right tackle, defensive end over on the right side, left side of the offense, took an inside charge and went right past the play. You'll see this to the left side of your screen. See him get right up in there. He's right up inside. There's a great big hole up in there. My God, that's when the stunt killed you.
2 tight ends load up for Roman Gabriel. And Darryl McGill, number 20, onto the field as Dedrick Dodge goes off on the far side. McAllister and the Skyhawks, 1st and goal.
When they load up like this, they like to run play action pass. Here it comes.
They're going to throw right away. McAllister looking for a receiver, throws it out of bounds. There is a penalty flag in the end zone. There are 2 penalty flags in the end zone. We'll wait for Stan Kemp to sort this one out.
12 men on the defense. 1st down.
No wonder there was nobody open. Now they're walking around, and Coach Kennedy says, I don't know about our mental preparation for this one. That's what you're always concerned about as a coach when you play a team that hasn't been winning, is can you get your squad mentally prepared to play them? It is not automatic.
Lowry and Birch. Birch up over the top, and he was short. Because Ken Sally came at him.
Really a nice job by Ken Sally of getting up over the top and hitting him in the air. The running back goes high. Now you'll see Sally appear from the right side of your screen, and he goes up and meets him up there. Now watch, here he comes. Boom, he's right up there where he had to be. Good job, Sally. That's the way to get up over the top.
The defense readies for 2nd and goal. Birch is behind Lowry. McAllister, hands, and another great defensive play, that time by Wilson. Ken Sally was there also, and so was number 42, Wilson.
Taking a look at this from behind the defense. See, right here, I don't think those backers care if they throw the ball. They're attacking right there. There's Sally right there. No one blocked him. He just came in there clean. He ought to make that play. Boy, you have to account for that guy. Penetration, boom. Down he goes, minus yardage.
So it is 3rd and goal. The Monarchs trying to stage a goal line stand against the Skyhawks. Birch cuts back. Battles to the end zone for the touchdown.
Boy, that 3-yard run was equivalent to a 20-yard run. That's a heck of a place to run for 3 yards. Very simple lead play. Now you see the fullback will lead. He cuts back, they over pursue, they get a block on Hart. He finds that little crack backside. The defensive back, Crossman, trying to make the play.
Skyhawks regain the lead. Wilson Hoyle, who played at Wake Forest to attempt the extra point. McAllister will put the snap down. 10-7. The lead has changed hands twice already in the first half. If you're a Raleigh Durham fan, you have to be delighted at that 80-yard scoring play. It was magnificent, eating up 5-25. Birch going in from 2 yards out. The offensive line acting as a unit under pressure all season long. They come in here 0-5.
And the good thing about that drive, they did it without the broken play, the broken scramble play, which has been their big scoring play. They did it by executing their game plan.
Brinson at the 9 for the Monarchs. He can go the distance if they give him an alley. Not this time. And let's check in on that injury with Mark Jones. Mark.
Gentlemen, Kayla Samuels is presently being attended to by Wembley Stadium medical staff in the training room, and there's good news for Samuel because they seem to have gotten his breathing under control after hyperventilating from the very first series. They applied some oxygen, they have him calm down, and chances are, I'm told, that he will return to the game in the second half.
Winston Hoyle is injured after making the tackle following his kickoff.
Boy, I tell you, when luck is going bad for you injury-wise, it just keeps mounting from week to week. Now, here's Hoyle, number 3, coming in to make the tackle. He tries to give him a crossbody leg whip, and I think he gets a hip pointer right there. You see him grabbing his hip. He might have got kicked. They don't normally wear hip pads.
Peter Bush, who is the punter and the third-string quarterback out of Victoria, Australia, may have to use double duty for his right leg.
It's not often you see a place kicker down.
While he's being tended to on the field, we'll take a break. Mark Jones is hustling over to get the info even as we speak. Hoyle on the sideline. He told our Mark Jones that he would be able to kick, but you can't be too sure watching that scene right there on the sideline.
Hey, Joe.
Jeff Alexander and Judd Garrett are the running backs behind Stan Gelbaugh. The Monarchs trail it 10-7. Gelbaugh, again with plenty of time, fires complete to Judd Garrett. And he is out to the 48-yard line before Glasson trips him up.
You know, Gelbaugh has great confidence as he looks downfield. If he can't get the ball downfield, he knows that Garrett is going to work his way into the open hole, and he just turns and locates him. That's why he's coming into this ball game. He's caught 35 balls.
14-yard gain. And Gelbaugh on first down. He hits Alexander, who scored his touchdown, and Alexander battles his way to the Skyhawks 40. Gelbaugh is 12 of 16 right now for 1 touchdown and 122 yards throwing. That's the numbers from the first quarter. The 1 turnover by the Monarchs allowed the Skyhawks to kick their field goal. Gelbaugh back again. Throws complete to Sargent, who's out at the 26-yard line.
Pat McGurk, number 26, made a drive on the ball and darn near knocked it off. He picked off 2 doing that last week, playing awfully well at the corner position. Pat's out of Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, St. Ignatius High School in San Francisco. College of San Mateo Junior College.
The Monarchs offense showing you why it is unbeaten and the highest scoring team in the league. Elbow! Touchdown, Andre Riley.
From the end zone, you'll see that Riley hits the seam. They have 4 wide receivers in the ball game. They spread them out, and he hits the seam in between the corner and the safety, right there in the zone. See, that safety has to get a jump on that ball. The quarterback, Gelbaugh, does a good job of holding him by looking left, then comes back and fires it right. Nice execution by Gelbaugh as well as the receiver.
Philip Alexander hammers the extra point as penalty flags come flying.
You'll see Andre Riley right in the middle of your screen. See the zone defense being played. Everyone's covering real loose. Now you've got to get your safety over into there real quick as the quarterback looks. McFadder couldn't get over there fast enough. Normally, he doesn't get there quick enough because the quarterback looks him off the opposite direction.
The extra point stands. And we're coming right back.
Fly high. New York, New Jersey meets Raleigh, Durham in the World League next Sunday on ABC Sports.
London leading Raleigh Durham 14-10. The unbeaten Monarchs have regained the lead twice, and Stan Gelbaugh goes 4 for 4, drives the Monarchs 66 yards through the air, and now he has thrown 2 touchdown passes today. Alexander kicks it in And it'll be a live ball. It's going to come out on the 10-yard line. A wonderful kickoff by Philip Alexander. That is live down there. That's why they had to fall on it. And in the World League, if you don't run it out of the end zone, it'll be spotted at the 10 and not the 20. What a splendid effort by that London native. And let's check in with Mark Jones. Mark?
I spoke with place kicker Wilson Hoyle of Raleigh Durham just a few seconds ago. He said that he took a knee to the back and his back muscles in the lower back started to spasm, but he says that he will be able to kick when called upon next time. I asked him where he learned how to tackle like that. He said, hey man, I haven't made a tackle since Pop Warner League. Also, Dana, Samuel has also returned. He is fine. I spoke with him and he's hoping to get back into the action in the second half. Upstairs,
Birch and Lowry, the running backs. Another great defensive effort by Harvey Wilson, number 42, who is showing us this afternoon that he has some ability here.
Harvey Wilson is a safety. They do move him up and play him as a linebacker when they expect pass to take that back out of the backfield. It shows he's tough enough to face the run as well. And I'll tell you, when you talk to the coaching staff, Ray Wilsey and the people, about Harvey Wilson, they speak very favorable of this young man. They say he's a fine player.
Second down and long for McAllister.
They're getting fouled up in substitutions. They had to call a timeout.
The Skyhawks used their second timeout of the first half. 9 minutes and 59 seconds left here. It's a 4-point London lead. Put on some London Monarchs gear for the Byron Nelson Classic on ABC next Saturday. And then following the golf tournament, it's the big one. The Chrysler Triple Crown Challenge begins with the Kentucky Derby. The Run for the Roses, 4:30 Eastern time next Saturday. Boy, May comes around sooner and sooner, doesn't it? First and 10, or I should say second down for the Skyhawks. Lowry into the backfield. He is the lone running back behind McAllister. From his own end zone, McAllister throws high, and Hargrove in the air is upended. Irvin Smith.
They have a nickel defense in there with 5 defensive backs playing him to throw. What Raleigh Durham has had a problem doing is handling the heavy rushes, the multiple rushes to one side, 4 guys to come on one side or crossing linebackers up inside. Right now, they aren't really blitzing them, but I expect them to start.
On third down, from the shotgun, McAllister throws deep down the middle and incomplete. Overthrew Melvin Patterson, number 86.
Boy, he has a strong arm. He just flipped that thing down there 60 yards. We saw him play a number of times at Michigan State. Of course, he quarterbacked him to a Rose Bowl.
Now we'll see the Australian punter, Peter Bush from Victoria, Australia. Under pressure, just does get it off. Brinson will let it roll dead, and it'll come to a stop at the 46-yard line. Bush fortunate to get that one off, and we'll remind you that next week we'll be in Raleigh, Durham to see the